Outside the Box Reviews, we're taking a look at the NECA Pacific Rim Wave 5 Anchorage Attack Gipsy Danger. And yeah, yet another Gipsy Danger in the NECA Pacific Rim line. This is the 4th normal release Gipsy Danger and the 5th overall if you count the Comic-Con set. But after getting that Hong Kong Brawl Gipsy Danger, the Gipsy Danger 2.0, I'm still pretty excited to get some variants on this robot. And while NECA has also previously released a battle damaged version of Gipsy, this takes it to a much more brutal level. First thing you'll notice here with Gipsy is she has some holes in her. She's missing the side of her head, which is pretty iconic to the first battle you really see in Pacific Rim, where the compod is broken into by Knife Head and, well, let's just say some crap goes down. The overall paint scheme is pretty similar to the Hong Kong Brawl Gipsy Danger, though we do have some extra scratches thrown in, but the nice blue is there with nice metallic sheen, all the little painted details like the little circle here, the lines all over the head, the white little lights painted onto her fins up here, just overall very nicely detailed. Here on the chest we have another big crack where Knife Head plunges its knife head into Gipsy's chest. You can see the kind of orange around the sides. I don't know if this is supposed to be fire or what. I do wish there was a little more painted detail on the inside. It's really just black in all of these places where we have exposed innards, and it could have been a little better than that, but it's not too shabby. We do have the nice bright reactor here in the middle. Where Gipsy's left arm should be, we now just see a tangle of wires and things. We have some poking out, fresh sculpted around the upper torso here, and then down where the arm would actually connect, we have this torn up section with all the shoulder pad and everything removed, and it just looks very, very nice. Reminds me a lot of the battle damage T-800 that they did for Terminator 2. Got all the good stuff here in back, the spinal column, the vents, everything looking just as good as it did on the previous release. Pistons here and back. I even noticed on this one, the detail I'd missed earlier is that if you go look inside where the hips connect to the legs, there actually is some additional sculpted detail in there as well, which is a really nice touch. Scratched up legs. Very, very cool looking, just as Gipsy Danger should be. With Gipsy's remaining arm, we have the nice shoulder pad with 34 on it, all the nice mechanical details, and a fisted hand. This does have the port, so you could put the chain sword in there, though she doesn't come with one and didn't have it at this point in the movie. But the real draw of this figure is that you could pop this arm off and replace that forearm with Gipsy's plasma cannon, which is really cool looking. It's basically the same arm. If you look at them side by side, you can see it's opened up, it's revealed more pieces. Even the little clamps around here are actually Gipsy's fingers, just repositioned. We have a nice blue and white tip at the end to look like the plasma effect, even though my white part's a little off center. But some really, really cool detail going on there with Gipsy's plasma gun. For articulation, once again, if you have the Hong Kong Brawl version, it's pretty similar. We have a ball joint at the neck, so we can look side to side, up and down. Really good range there. The good arm has a pin socket shoulder, so we can go forward and back, as well as out to the side. We do have a bit of a rock on the arm pad up here, so that if you move it too far forward or back or any weird direction, you can adjust the shoulder pad to get it out of the way of your articulation. We have a bicep swivel, we have a joint at the elbow, and one detail I had forgotten to include in my previous Gipsy Danger 2.0 review is that as it exists now, it could bend a little over 45 degrees. We actually take this piece here at the front of the arm and we can slide it up, and it will allow the arm to bend a full 90 degrees, which is a really nice touch. The Hong Kong Gipsy will do this as well. I just completely did not realize it until I went and looked at a schematic NECA had shown a while back of how the arm worked. There is a ball joint at the base of this forearm here, so you can swivel as well as rock it around. No extra articulation in the gun. If you had the normal hand on there, of course, you do have a ball joint at the wrist. The remains of Gipsy's arm actually is on a ball joint. It will mostly go forward and back. You can get a little in and out of it, but really just forward and back. We have a very nice ball joint at the torso. You can go side to side, up and down, tilts. Some great leg joints where you can go forward and back. You can also swivel at the upper leg. A great double joint at the knee. A ball joint at the foot with a good range there. And also toe articulation. And there are peg holes here at the bottom. And here we have our evolution of Gipsy Danger, starting with the original release there on the left. The first battle damage version next in. And that one is one I actually popped the arm off of to make it look more battle damaged. Now I don't really need that. We have the Hong Kong Brawl 2.0 and then this new Anchorage Attack version. You can see just by a size difference, this new version is much larger and very, very cool looking compared to those old Gipsy Danger figures. And I am really, really liking it. Unfortunately, having these two really does render the original two obsolete. And anybody wondering, it is just as easy to put this plasma gun arm onto Hong Kong Brawl Gipsy Danger. It looks just fine to me. Putting it on the opposite side doesn't really seem to matter, left or right. So you can kind of do whatever you want to do with this and mix and match parts as you see fit. I'm sure if you wanted to switch out the heads or something, you could probably make that happen as well and just have Gipsy in varying stages of beaten up. And of course, we've got to get Anchorage Attack Gipsy Danger next to its nemesis, Knife Head, and these two look great together. These, of course, are the two you want side by side in your display. And that knife fits right into that gaping chest wound on Gipsy. It is perfectly shaped. So overall, I am really enjoying this new Gipsy. I can imagine that Gipsy's gonna get a little old for us collectors here in a bit. NECA has already announced that they're doing yet another one for Series 6. This one probably meant really to go with their Otachi figure that's coming out very soon. Then we'll have the Repulsor Blast coming out of the chest and another sword. So a very different look for Gipsy, but really after that I can only imagine they'd really want to do one more version of Gipsy. But I am glad we're getting these. As I said, if you got into the Pacific Rim line a little late, getting these new Gipsies are great. You don't have to go back and get the original two. These are the ones you really need to add to your collection. And this is a great battle damage representation of the character. I like that we got the gun. I love that the gun is interchangeable and that we can mix and match it between the different figures. The battle damage on here isn't quite as good as I'd like it to be, but it's still very solid. I really like the torn off arm and all the wires and stuff coming out of it. The holes, like I said, just need a little more paint detail in them to really bring out what's there. There's some good sculpting in those wounds, but they're just not painted good enough for my taste, at least. But still, Gipsy gets a very solid recommendation. Definitely enjoy having this figure, and I can't wait to pose it some more next to Knife Head and get some good photos of it. Speaking of which, you can check me out on Instagram, username Outside the Box Reviews. Also check me out on Facebook, link below. And until next time, this has been another Outside the Box Reviews. Stay tuned for more to come. We could actually take this piece up at the front of the arm, and we'll not slide it so that it comes off. We actually take this piece here at the front of the arm. Oh my god, am I going to mess it up every time?